Hi! Today on Araw-Araw Filipino, we will look at 10 learning tips to help you learn the Filipino language. Let us start with learning tip number 1. We can use labels. We had episodes describing the kitchen or what's in the kitchen cabinet, and in that, we used labels in the form of post-it notes with the Filipino words written on it, and you attach the post-it note next to the item in your kitchen cabinet so that every time you reach for something like oil, then you will see the word for oil is mantika. Or sugar, you'll see the word is asukal. And over time, it becomes second nature to you that when you reach for something in the cabinet, you'll know the Filipino name. This is a good tool for learning Filipino nouns. Here is another way that you can use labels. On a bathroom cabinet, you will find many objects. You can use a washable marker or erasable marker to write the name of these objects, the Filipino names, next to the object. So that when you reach for your comb, you will see that you're reaching for a suklay. Or reach for your toothbrush, you are reaching for sipilyo. Here is learning tip number 2. Sometimes you cannot use post-it notes or washable markers to label things. What you can do is make lists or mga listahan. And you can put this list in front of something that contains items such as a refrigerator. You can put a list of things that are inside the refrigerator so that every time you look for, let's say, beef from the freezer, you're looking for baka. Or if you want to get milk, you're going to get gatas. Here is another way to use a list or listahan. We all go shopping, and if you make a shopping list, when you write down the English word for what you're going to buy, also write down the Filipino name. If you are an organized person, you probably write your to-do list for the day. And then when you do that, you can write the English version and the Filipino version. Over time, as you get used to Filipino, you can just write down the Filipino version. Here is learning tip number 3. You can use a cheat sheet or código. This can be a little notebook that you carry around with you with English and Filipino words side by side so that you always have it handy whenever you need to use it. But here is a different way. You know your phone, your cell phone? You can also put your cheat sheet or código on your cell phone. Now I have a gift for all of you. I have created a few of these códigos and I will put the link in the description so that you can download it and put it on your phone as a wallpaper if you want to. Here is learning tip number 4. Add Filipino to your day. Idagdag ang Pilipino sa araw mo. Add, idagdag. To, sa. Your, mo. Day, araw. What I mean with this is that you insert Filipino, add it to your day-to-day routine. For example, this woman is waking up her kid in the morning. She can say, "Good morning, magandang umaga." How's your sleep? Kumusta ang tulog mo? Let's get up now. Bangon na tayo. If she does this every day, greeting her daughter, waking up her daughter with Filipino words, then she will get used to it and then it becomes second nature to her. Here is another way to add Filipino to your day. When you're talking to someone, you most often ask what people are doing, right? So to ask what are you doing, just say, ano ang ginagawa mo? If you want to say nothing, wala po. Just use wala po. Are you okay? Use okay ka ba? Yes, opo. Do you want a snack? Gusto mo ng merienda? Because we commonly offer people something that they might want. And then we can say yes or no. No, hindi po. Let's have lunch. Magtanghalian tayo. I don't want. Ayaw ko po. So you see, one part of this is if you get used to the Filipino words to answer questions like nothing, wala po. Yes, opo. No, hindi po. I don't want. Ayaw ko po. Just keep on using that and you will get used to it. And on the other hand, if you are the mom who asks the questions, try to ask the questions using the Filipino versions. This is something I do with my own kid every day so that he gets used to it, so that when I ask him in the Filipino version, he also answers in the Filipino version. Here is an easy way to add Filipino to your day. Whenever you ask a simple question that requires a simple answer, try the Filipino version. For example, where is the car? Nasaan ang kotse? In the garage. Nasa garahe. Where are you going? Saan ka pupunta? To the market. Sa palengke. So if you use the Filipino version for short questions and answers, you will get used to this. Here is learning tip number 5. Get a learning buddy or partner or companion. Kumuha ng kasama sa pag-aaral. Get, kumuha. Learning, pag-aaral. Buddy, kasama. If you have a learning buddy, then you have someone to practice with. You can say, let us practice Filipino. Mag-practice tayo ng Pilipino. And your learning buddy should be okay with it. And say, okay, sige. And that way, you have a person who can give you feedback, who you can talk in Filipino to and answer you back in Filipino so that you can get used to a conversation. Number 6. Give a warning. Magbigay ng babala. Give, magbigay. Warning, babala. What do I mean by this? This is to give someone a warning that you are about to speak in Filipino. Have you ever tried speaking Filipino out of the blue and then get a reaction of confusion because the person you're talking to does not expect you to speak in Filipino? The person you're talking to sees you as this foreign-looking person or knows you as a person who does not speak Filipino, and then you're suddenly speaking in Filipino. That can confuse people, and then that might disappoint you because the person does not understand you straight away. But if you give a warning, things will be easier. So you can say, I will speak in Filipino, okay? Okay, sige. And then she's mentally prepared for that. Here is tip number 7, which is, don't be shy. Huwag mahiya. Don't, huwag, be shy, mahiya. What I mean by this is, even if you know that you are still short for words, you don't know the correct pronunciations or don't have the correct accent, if your grammar is not that great, don't be shy. You are learning. It's natural. What you should do is ask questions, get feedback such as, did I say the right thing? Tama ba ang sinabi ko? Or sometimes you want a person to clarify what they said. You can say, what did you say? Ano ang sinabi mo? Or, can you repeat please? Pwede pakiulit please? Don't be shy to ask questions and get feedback. Tip number 8. If you watch other Filipino learning channels, you would have seen this already, which is to use Taglish. Gumamit ng Tagalog at English. Use gumamit, and Taglish is a shortcut of Tagalog and English. It is perfectly fine because the average Filipino speaks in Taglish anyway. You can say, what are your plans today? Ano ang plans mo today? You see what happened there? There's a combo of Filipino or Tagalog words and English words, and this makes perfect sense to the Filipinos. I will go shopping. Magsha-shopping ako ngayon. You see what happened there? The verb shopping was formed using mag, a Filipino prefix, plus sha, shopping. And you can say, let's have lunch first. Mag-lunch tayo first. This is all perfectly fine. While you still have gaps in your knowledge of Filipino words, use the English words. Tip number 9 is to watch videos like the one you are watching now. Manood ng mga video. Watch, manood. Videos, mga video. Number 1 here is to watch channels on YouTube that teach you how to speak Filipino. There are many channels of different formats and different styles. Some are formal, teaches you the formal way to speak Filipino, and some, like mine, teaches you the everyday or casual version. Choose the style that works for you. What's important is that you learn. Next one is you can watch online courses. Some are paid and some are free. This is an extra resource for you if you are a serious learner. And last, Filipino TV and movies. Now, this might be daunting for a new learner because, of course, what you see on Filipino TV and movies may be people speaking at a faster pace than what a learner can handle. So, approach this with caution, but then also enjoy it. Most Filipino TV and movies that are on the streaming services will have a caption. Aside from that, if you watch Filipino TV and movies, it also gives you an insight to the culture. And now we've come to learning tip number 10, which is simply to start today. Magsimula ngayon. Start, magsimula. Today, ngayon. What will you start today? What else but start using the learning tips that have been presented in this lesson. Choose whatever combination of tips works best for you. I hope you found this lesson useful and you can apply it in your everyday life so that your Filipino gets better. That is our lesson today, and I hope you found good value out of it. For your homework, start making your labels, lists, and cheat sheets or código. Find your learning buddy. And if you are interested, don't forget you can download the phone cheat sheet through the link in the description below. Who knows, you might find this phone wallpapers handy whenever you are out and about and want to try talking to other people in Filipino. Have fun! I hope you can join us again next time on Araw-Araw Filipino. Thank you. Salamat po. Now, a few words from my son, Max.
Thought this video was cool? Watch the next one and like and subscribe to the channel too if you haven't yet.
Bye-bye!
Bye!